you doing, huh? Oh, that was a big burp. That was a big burp. Do you hear brother? Let me give him a kiss. You look at me. Hello you guys, welcome back to the channel. It's my first time filming post-birth. I'm sitting here on the bed with my new son. We are happy, we're healthy, we're good, we're home. I feel like recovery for this birth, it's my second baby, has been a lot harder. My husband swears it was just as difficult the first time, but you kind of just forget about the pain and discomfort of birth and postpartum. It's really, really tough. So trying to stay calm, trying to keep the house peaceful. My mom's here, which is great. She came like 2.5 weeks before my due date. I thought I'd tell you guys a little bit about my birth. I could talk about it for like 2 hours. I love talking about birth and birth stories. Feel free to share yours below. So my last birth, I gave birth at a hospital and I gave birth, I don't like the word naturally, but like without medication. And it went really well. I did hypnobirthing, like I mentioned in other videos, which is just like meditation and breathing. That's how I coped with the pain. This time around, I actually went into labor on my due date, which is really crazy. And it's funny because I didn't want this date for my son's birthday. And I was like, oh hell no, this is not happening on this day. And so I tried to just like act like it wasn't happening and like kind of tell my mind like this is not the time. And it worked. Like it held off my contractions. They slowed and paused and I like spent the day outside. And after dinner, I think I told myself we're close enough to midnight that if I went into labor now, I would not have this baby before midnight. You guys, I barely made it. So it was so quick. I started getting my contractions again after dinner around like 8 or like 9. And they were 10 minutes apart and like not super painful. And then they ramped up, 10 minutes apart. And then all of a sudden, 2 to 3 minutes apart and strong. And my husband's like, I think we need to go to the hospital. We get to the hospital, we get there at what, 11:45. I was dilated to a 5 this time. Last time when I checked in the hospital, I was at a 6. And then I got to like an 8 or 9 pretty fast through like insane contractions. I was on all fours on the ground, just making a lot of noise and a ton of pain, but like breathing through it, getting through it, felt like I could do it. Yeah, I kind of quickly got the pushing. The doctor barely got there. Like she was there for the last 3 pushes. And my husband said she just like rolled in, like sat in a chair, cracked her knuckles, watched, and then like caught the baby when it fell out. She barely even guided the baby out, which is crazy. But yeah, when it hit 12:01 and it was past that date, all of us kind of like cheered. Well, I wasn't able to cheer, but everyone's like, woohoo, we made it past midnight. Because I was kind of joking with the nurses before the contractions really ramped up. Anyway, baby came out. He was good, healthy, safe. I'm good, healthy, safe, all of that. Yeah, stayed at the hospital for a little bit and then just went home. So that's my birth story of how the birth went. I will say it was more painful than I remembered the first time around, just like more intense. I felt a little bit less in control, like a little bit panicky during my contractions and breathing. And like I really leaned on my husband more this time. Like I looked at him in the eyes and I was like, I need your help. So yeah, baby's home, we're doing good. Like I said, postpartum is more rough than expected. Just like down there hurts more. Generally, milk and breastfeeding is going really, really well. So I've just been nursing as much as I possibly can. This little one does eat a lot. The latching's been okay. It's been a little tougher than last time. Oh, my son, my 2.5-year-old, he's been adjusting really, really well. He's been so sweet. Obviously like calling out for more attention than usual, but we've been more than ready to give it. My husband took off this week and he's spending like so much time with my son. And so I think that's everything. I think this will be probably a long-winded intro, but it's the only way I know how to do it right now. Just sitting here on my bed while I have a moment. So yeah, let me share the rest of the day with you guys and just kind of show you what life is like with a newborn, at least here in this house at the Dwyer household. So here's my little bedside area. This is where all the action happens. I showed you guys before, but now it's actually in use. We have a swaddle hanging here. I'm trying to figure out how I feel about the swaddle. I think we might just do it at night. There's some new research our nurse was talking about, saying it was only recommended for 2 months now. So I don't know. I'm just trying not to focus on the swaddle too much. We got our burp rags, the tiny diapers. I mean, are you kidding me? They're so tiny. And then we have the bassinet here. I use the Snuggle Me sometimes during the day. I've actually been using it less than usual, but obviously take it out at night. take out the blankets at night, but we do use these blankets throughout the day. This is like such a special one a friend got me. I love this brand Serenoni. They're kind of pricey, but they're so worth it because they're so soft and it's gorgeous. It just is one of those things that makes me really happy. And then over in my bedside table is where I keep the clothes, onesies and booties, and then also extra like muslin blankets and sheets. And then for the bathroom, I try to keep my bathroom super clean just because this is like the most hectic area where I'm in pain trying to deal with things. In the little toilet closet, I have my little squirt bottles, the Perry bottles. I just use the ones from the hospital. They're just fine for me. Then over here, I have all of my very necessary gear. This is how I stack it. I do a really fat pad, those wide ones from the hospital, ice pack pad, and then I do the witch hazel liner, and then I do the dermoplast spray, and then I tuck it all into these mesh underwear from the hospital or some of my bigger underwear. And then I also got this prescription of lidocaine, which is supposed to help as like a numbing agent down there for when things are really bad, that I'll put on like a cotton pad. So yeah, this is my basket of super vital tools. This is a place where I do splurge on all the nice stuff and I just am down to spend money. Like we just went back to Target and got more spray and more ice pads. Right now, it's just like what I need to survive. So I refresh things down there like every hour or two. I go through a lot of them. Oh yes, and this is my little LV Haka-like tool, the silicone thing. It's more expensive than the Haka, but I like it because it doesn't fall off quite as easy. Like baby can't kick it off. It does fall off every once in a while, but basically I just use this pretty passively as I breastfeed here and there throughout the day. And I get like a few bags of milk a day from it. It's pretty amazing. And yeah, I bought it again this time and definitely it's a staple for me. Thought I'd chat with you guys while I do a little bit of folding. I got these like huge oversized cotton underwear from Amazon when I was still pregnant because all my underwear were just like tiny and didn't fit. I had really bad varicose veins. I thought they'd all go away. You guys, they're kind of still here. You okay? I feel like right when you give birth afterwards, you're like evaluating everything. You're like, okay, is this what I'm gonna look like forever? But it's day 5 of postpartum. I need to chill out and like check in a year. Other than baby stuff, like what I've been doing for fun, for entertainment, because like a lot of being a new mom is like being alone while breastfeeding or doing things like laundry. I've been listening to one podcast I wanted to shout out that is so freaking funny. Jake Johnson from New Girl and his buddy Gareth Reynolds. They have this advice podcast called We Are Here to Help. It puts me in the best mood ever. I listen to every new episode. And if you want to try it, the ones I recommend are like with the guest hosts. I like the ones they do on their own, but I like the one with Andy Samberg. And then there's another one that has Jillian Bell. And you will just be rolling on the floor laughing. They're incredible. And then another thing I've been listening to other than that podcast is the new Taylor Swift album, or albums I should say. I am obsessed. I'm a big T Swiftie. I'm not like crazy like commenting on the internet about her, but she's my favorite artist. I know all of her songs and albums really well. I'm interested in like who they're about, what they're about. I'm so surprised, and if you're not into this, sorry, you can skip ahead. But I'm so surprised how many there are about Maddie Healy. I just like didn't know that romance ran so deep. And then also like so interesting that it sounds like Joe cheated on her. And yeah, I've just been curious about that relationship for so long because it's been super under wraps. But my favorite song is So Long London. It's so emotional. It's so good. Yeah, this album compared to a lot of the other recent ones has clicked with me a lot more. Like there's a lot of songs on Midnights that I like. There's a few songs I love on Lover, but I would say like Red and 1989 are my favorite albums. 1989, I went to that concert. Also Reputation. I really like love Reputation. That's a fun album. I went to that show as well. So yeah, that's all the Taylorisms from me. I've just been a fan for a really long time. But yeah, like even in high school, this guy was like kind of seen, cheated on me at a party or like kissed another girl while I was there. And I literally made my MySpace song, Should Have Said No. I love it so much, the teenage drama of it all. So anyway, been loving that. I also went and got the vinyl from Target the day it came out. It's really beautiful. It's this like clear vinyl. So been using my record player a lot. Okay, laundry's folded. Let's do something else. I forgot to mention the postpartum misery of your milk coming in and how painful it is. It was the thing that caught me most off guard my last postpartum. And I actually have a ton of milk glands like in my armpits. If you do as well, holler in the comments because it is a nightmare. It basically feels like gravel in my armpits and I cannot hardly use my arms. So I've been trying to do like warm towels while I nurse in my pits and then icy in my pits in between, and it's helping a little bit, but I think I just need a few days for my body to naturally like find its levels. But generally speaking, while I'm nursing, I nursed for a year with my last kid, my armpits just like hurt a lot. Like if my husband ever tried to tickle me in my armpits, I would just like scream in agony and be like, don't touch them. Just do not touch my armpits. So anyway, armpit diaries. I'm gonna take a shower now. I need one. So that's my super quick natural makeup. My son, I hear them pulling in the driveway, is just getting home from story time. So I'm gonna go spend some time with him. Also, I just wanted to mention that I'm filming today because I'm well rested and I'm in a good mood. The last 2 days, there's not a chance in hell that I would be filming. I was in a very sour mood and just like a desperate state and a lot of pain, not well rested, stayed up the whole night 2 nights ago. So I'm on the other side of yesterday now, but I'm sure there'll be other tough days to come. Postpartum for me is a lot of crying, a lot of frustration, a lot of pain, at least for the first like week, 2 weeks, maybe 3 weeks, kind of depending. Just wanted to say that because if you're a new mom and you're like, wow, this chick's in a really good mood, kind of annoying. I wasn't in a good mood yesterday and maybe tomorrow I won't be either, but right now I'm in a good enough mood. I've got some help with the kids today and so I'm able to film a little bit. So let's go make a smoothie. I love smoothies for when I'm sick and just like needing to heal. Obviously I need to heal right now, so let's go whip one up. Okay, it's basically there. I've been making smoothies that are kind of like a lemon tart in my mind. So I'll use something like a lemon or a lime and like a blueberry or a raspberry. And then I do like my cinnamon and nut butter. So that's like the cookie crumble of it. I don't know, I kind of imagined it in my head and I've been really liking them because they're kind of like a little bit nutty savory, but also fruity. And then I'll throw in some spinach or like this green powder that I have. I'm out of spinach, so it's green powder. Yum. You guys, I hit a wall. I hit a wall so hard. I guess I was just doing too much. I definitely am that person that tries to get up and do stuff around the house a little bit too soon. Right around lunchtime, actually right after I drank my smoothie, I went and played with my son for a little bit, my toddler. And then all of a sudden, I don't know, I think all my ibuprofen wore off, the lidocaine wore off, my sleep from the night before wore off, and I just couldn't move. Like, you know when the flu hits you really hard, really fast, and you're just like, dude, I need to lay down. I laid down and I just slept for the last 2 hours, which was so nice. And I did a little bit of nursing with my little one. He's right here next to me. On my bedside table, I always just keep the Haka or the LV. I keep an extra pacifier. I keep my phone with the charger, my AirPods, and then also this little sleeping mask for the daytime. Although I was so tired, I passed out without this on. And then I keep a burp rag too. Yeah, I'm kind of set for when I'm laying in the bed. I don't like to get up and out of the bed because it's uncomfortable standing up and down. And then I also wanted to mention what I listen to when I'm feeling anxious and like really need to calm down is I'll actually listen to my hypnobirthing meditations. Again, there's some postpartum ones that's in the app from Bridget Taylor. There's also a ton of just free ones on YouTube, or I just think any meditation works. But actually utilizing those deep breaths, for me, it's just in 4, out 6 seconds. Just doing those calms my whole system down. So I'll do those deep breaths sometimes when I'm nursing or just like stressful moments, like literally on the toilet. Peeing this time is hell. It's hell. Last time I thought it was hell. I did not know what hell was until I peed this time around. The other thing I'll listen to is just like calming music. Like I said, I've been listening to the T-Swizzle new album, and so that calms me down a lot. And it's almost like listening to a story since I'm so invested in the lyrics. Is that embarrassing? No, it's not embarrassing. It's like one of my only like things, you know, my little interests, pop culture interests. Anyway, that's the latest from the bed. And I will say, I think the number one post-birth purchase is this soft blanket. I feel like there's just a few things that are worth splurging on when it comes to being really comfortable. And I got this blanket, it's Serenoni, yeah, Bambino blanket. That's the fabric. I got this as a gift, a smaller one for our first baby, and I used it. It's just one of those things that's like, it's like Lululemon leggings. You buy it once, wear them a trillion times, and you're like, price per wear, it's worth it. And it's just like, it feels as soft as a baby. And when you're just so tender and uncomfortable, it's the best thing. So I got like the full size one that's like as big as our bed. And I've been just wrapping it around me and the baby and nursing on the couch here in the bed. And it's just heaven. Like I cannot imagine not having this. It's Friday evening, but it's like kind of drizzly, kind of gray. My son, like I said, still adjusting. And so we're kind of just like doing what he wants to do. We watched Lion King 1.5 earlier today. If you have a toddler and Lion King is too scary, I think it's too scary. I mean, Scar, the hyenas, there's some scary parts in there. This one is really funny. It's like from Timon and Pumbaa's point of view during Lion King 1. Anyway, Lion King 1.5, man. It's a vibe for sure. It is, what, 5 o'clock? The day is dwindling down, dying down. We've been going to bed really early. For us, that's like 9. And so, yeah, I think we'll cook some dinner and just chill out. I'll insert a few more clips and catch you guys later. Peace.
Go for it. Woo! That was really cool.
Hello, Ramona. I can't shake the simplest feeling beyond the gold.
So good. Want to say hi to the vlog? Here's my mom. Hi. We're gonna have one of my mom's freezer meals tonight. She makes really good eggplant parm, usually for Christmas Eve. And that is everything for the vlog today. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like I mentioned, right at the moment, I only have time to film what I'm like actually doing. I have my hands full, quite literally. But please let me know in the comments what kind of content you want to see from me moving forward with decluttering, closet stuff, style, mom stuff. Whatever you guys are interested in, you're the audience. I'm down to film and try different things. I just attempted some cluster feeding. Fed him a lot right before bed because I did that last night and he slept really well. So hoping that works for me tonight. You never know what each night brings, but I'm actually feeling really calm and I think tonight's gonna go well. But I'll catch you guys in my next one. Thank you so much for watching this video. Love you. Have a great rest of your day. Bye.